Hey there, we're Sydnee and Mandy and welcome back to Lesby Fit Adventures. Last week, we kicked off our 9-day boondocking challenge, embracing the wild with outdoor showers and campfire cooking as we pushed our RV life skills to the limit. But just when we thought we had everything under control, something unexpected threatens to derail our adventure. Will we make it through the full 9 days, or will this surprise twist cut our journey short? Stick around to find out, and if you're loving the adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, helping us connect with more like-minded adventurers just like you.
And we don't need the drama, we'll find our own nirvana, so run away with me tonight.
So it's day 4 of boondocking, and we thought we were gonna go kayaking. We got everybody over, we drove to the marina, and they didn't have their kayaks ready. They're waiting on new seats to come in, so hopefully tomorrow or in the next couple days. So turned into a work day. And when you work outside and you're up amongst all the prairie dogs, this little guy tried to get in our truck. So these little prairie dogs, we were having like a standoff, like who could stay still the longest and move first. He was stuck up in the wheel well of the truck, just waiting to catch him coming out. He came out, and then he went in the other side. But the pups have definitely loved hunting them and being on the chase and getting in the grass. If they were off leash, they would definitely catch one.
So we're out boondocking. It's day 5 or 6, and something's not going on. The generator's on, everything's running inside the RV healthy, but it's not charging the battery. So Mandy's down there digging out. We're gonna check the converter. You what?
So that might need a flashlight too.
Okay.
Cause the problem is I love you, what to do, I count to 3 when you're next to me. I love you, what to do now. Only problem is I love you, what to do, you got me down, make my world spin round.
Well, I found the converter.
Did it do what you're looking at?
No. I mean, how do I know if it's working?
I don't know. Let me look. I don't know. It's cool. It's green. All the connections are tight. The only thing I can think of is that connection on the battery.
Alright, let's...
And maybe hit the battery disconnect.
Huh?
And maybe we should hit the battery disconnect before we try to tighten that on the battery.
Tonight is our 6th night boondocking, and we went to run our generator just to kind of top off our batteries as we normally do in the evening, just to make sure we're going to bed with somewhere between 75 and 100% of battery, to make sure, you know, we get through the morning, you know, with running the fridge, which is the main thing we're running overnight on the battery. We flipped the inverter off. It was cloudy. The sun was kind of not helping us. Put the generator on, and then I noticed, I went over and I'm like, we're drawing amps. Like, why would we be drawing amps when the generator's on? Normally we're getting like 25 to 35 and it's charging. So we kicked it off. We did a little bit of research, looking around. We think it might have something to do with the converter. We had to Google where that was. We found it. Crawl back in there. We located the converter, but you know, without a multimeter or anything really to be able to tell, is it getting power or, you know, something wrong with the, you know, did a fuse blow on that. So we tried flipping the breaker, flipping it back on for the converter. That didn't do anything. And so that's where we are. So we're gonna grill some burgers on the fire and some brats and enjoy this beautiful evening and call Brinkley and everybody tomorrow.
You hungry? Dory's hungry. Back up, buddy.
Oh, this is a first. Why are they so funny shaped?
That's just how they always are.
Is mine the real red peppery one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm a burger lover. I'm definitely having a burger, but you know, we can't leave Miley and Dora out. Are you right here?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hold on, Dora. I gotta cook.
Is it gonna roll?
No, you got it. There you go. There you go. We're cooking them, girls. I'm heating them up. So update, everything was off in the RV. We were sitting outside by the fire and we were pulling 16 amps. That should definitely not be the case. So Mandy again tried to flip the breaker on the converter and now we've got the gen running and we seem to be plus 18 amps actually charging the battery. So it's a mystery. We're gonna be calling Brinkley and Blue Compass in the morning to get it figured out. Well, now we're back to where we should be in plus 27 amps, which is exactly where we should be. So now we're back plus 27. I'm guessing when you did something with that breaker on the converter, because
It's working now, but it was weird when we had the generator off. We were like pulling 17, which normally like the fridge we're only pulling 5.
if that, yeah.
And then when I flipped it on, we were only pulling 18.
Well, what time is it? Let's get as much juice in that battery before quiet hours, I guess, even though it's
9:16.
All right, let's run it for like another
Yeah.
hour, see what happens. All right, let's back enjoy our fire.
Yeah, so we were we noticed that when our generator was running, that it was not charging our lithium batteries. We have 2 100 amp Battleborn batteries. So with further investigation, kind of looked into it, and the light on the converter keeps going back to green. I've seen it flip blue a few times, but it always reverts back to the green. Which is my understanding is when what is green is for the lead acid, and it should be staying blue for the lithium. You're wanting me to send this one back. You're gonna update it and then send it back to me. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we can do it that way. How do you want to do it?
Okay, that's not gonna really work on full time in my RV. This is my home. I live full time in the RV. So another question, so our solar charger, I think we're kind of having a combination of issues going on here. Our solar, the MPPT in the front, the solar charger, it keeps going back to lead acid. Like I flipped it like 2 days ago to switch to be on the lithium, and then we noticed we're in full sun, not having anything on, and we're not getting any charge. And I went back out there and that flipped back. Okay, so the MPPT solar charge controller up front, which is the charger for the solar to the batteries, that was still set to, I believe, lead acid. So we switched that to be configured that it should be set to lithium because that's what it's connected to.
Right, it was set to sealed, and the only reason we checked it is because when our solar was clearly should have been getting power, we were getting no power.
Right, we were still drawing, which we should be adding. So then the next part is kind of separate from the solar is why is our generator also not charging our batteries at this point? So it seems that the converter should recognize what kind of batteries and the light should change. So when I was in there last night, I'm going to go look again. The light was green, which means it's connected to lead acid. If it detects that it's lithium, the light in there should turn blue. Per Facebook comments of our fellow Brinkley owners.
Thank you, everyone.
That it has trouble, this converter has trouble detecting the Battleborn batteries, which is what we have. So we might need an updated converter and have to swap that out to be able to use our lithium batteries.
Interesting, which I find that surprising because Brinkley intentionally does not include batteries with the bill when they send the rigs out. You pick your own. So you'd think they picked, but anyway, we'll figure it out. Okay, so you're going to get in there and you're going to see what color that converter is today? Or next time we have the gen on?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of keep a closer eye to it because some people have commented on here that it'll detect and it'll switch to blue and charge the lithium, but then it reverts back and it flips back to green.
Okay. That seems like what's been going on with us because it's like we'll get a charge, and then meh, never mind, I don't feel like charging anymore.
Yeah. All right, so we're filling up the water tank. How many days has it been since we last filled it?
6 nights. So when we got here, we filled it before we left. It read full, but I think some of it siphoned out because it was reading 2/3 full when we got here. So whether it was a gallon or 20 gallons below full, there's no way to know. I'm guessing not too much, but 3 showers apiece. How many times did you do dishes?
3.
So 3 showers apiece, 3 times doing dishes, and then regular toilet flushes still. So I think we're crushing it.
Loving this long hose.
Yeah. So I measured, it was 53 foot from our rig to the spigot, and we have a 65-foot hose.
Girlfriend, you got me smiling. What a reach day.
We're doing our first hike at Strawberry.
Finally.
I know, we've been so busy, but that's okay. It's been all good stuff. And we've had this beautiful view of the lake to do it. So, hit the bathrooms, hit the trail.
Let's do it. There's the trailhead. Strawberry Narrows. So it goes through the Narrows.
What are the Narrows? Like, I know the Narrows in regards to like
The Narrows
the canyon land.
is this says it's 12 miles.
Oh, there's a prairie dog right here.
The Narrows is, I think it's over like where they blew up the dam.
Oh.
So they blew, it used to be 2 lakes,
Right.
and they blew up the dam, and now it's all one reservoir.
Nice. It looks like a onesie. You want me to go first or you?
It definitely looks like a singly.
Yeah. Tonight will be our last night boondocking. How do you feel?
It's been the best spot ever.
It has been.
Agreed.
What do you think's made it the best? I mean, obviously the beautiful view, but like what else?
I think the view and the seclusion of our spot, like, and our yard, or well, the patio. We have a concrete patio that we fenced in for us and the dogs, and the picnic table and the view, and it's quiet, it's peaceful. By far our best spot yet.
So how'd we do boondocking?
Okay, so let's talk about cleanliness. We had showers pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Stayed clean.
Which,
I did not run out of underwear. I have a pair for travel day tomorrow and a spare.
yeah.
So we didn't run out.
Yeah, so the shower every day thing, not like long, hot showers, but military showers, I think is what they're called. Look at these beautiful blue flowers.
Yeah. Squirrel.
Yeah, so I would call them military showers. Basically, like the water is running when you are rinsing, while you are lathering and such. The water is off. But also, what was the key to being able to get those every day, realistically?
A couple of the days they were done outside.
Yeah.
So because we had kind of unlimited fresh water, the showers outside helped conserve our gray tank.
Plus, that privacy that she mentioned was a huge, huge factor in that. So we were kind of not really near anybody else. Eyesight, like eye shot wise, I've been through them boaters on the lake. And so it made it easy to get nude outside and handle our business.
Okay, our other tip for the showers as well, inside, right, where we're conserving the gray tank, is we got a pitcher. And so because it takes a little bit of time for the water to get hot, coming through the tankless hot water heater, is running that water, it's about a gallon or so before it gets hot enough, and then conserving that water, either dumping it outside, or really we use it to just fill the toilet the next time it goes into the black tank. So that conserved a little bit.
It was a huge benefit to us too that there were flush toilets, what was it, like 50 yards away or something, like walkable. So most of the time we went to the bathroom, we did not go in our rig, and that allowed us to stretch our black tank what will be tomorrow when we dump 9 days.
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be dumping at a public spot, which I guess we've done one time before, so.
Yeah. So are you nervous about that?
No, I've drove by it a couple times. I know where I'm pulling in.
Good.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've told you guys before, we alternate drive days. So tomorrow is Mandy's drive day. And it's been what, like 6 weeks since you towed? Is that how long?
30 days plus 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that 30-day stay kind of put us each with kind of a chunk of time in between driving.
Any nerves?
No. I feel good. I've looked at the route. I mean, no, I feel good.
Good.
It'll be new. It'll be my first, I think, most mountainous drive I've had. But it's gonna be a mix of like I gotta get on 80, going up 40 through Heber through the mountains. So it'll be a little bit of a mix of a drive.
Yeah.
Crossing the state line.
Oh, you're
into
right.
Idaho.
I've never been to Idaho at all. You're right.
Always drive when we cross the state lines.
That is true. You do get that.
So far.
That privilege, or I don't know if it's a privilege, but whatever we're going, yeah. So one of the questions we got asked online was, what are the pros and cons of boondocking versus like an RV site? Or like, I would assume they meant full hookups. And so obviously when you're boondocking, you get the seclusion, you get the privacy, you get to be out. For us, it's a benefit. You get to be out really surrounded by nature. And that is a super huge benefit because you'll see amazing things you don't normally get to see, like these beautiful wildflowers everywhere. And so it really feels like you're camping. You get that full camping experience. And we have the generator, the solar, all those other things. What have you missed the most in regards to like being at a camp, like a campground with full hookups?
I guess really the shower, like a long shower. Like 9 days, like I didn't like miss it. If I went 30 days, I would. And keeping up on the laundry.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because with the same size washer, we're gonna have lots of loads to catch up. But we did really good. I mean, I was afraid like I was gonna be out of clothes by the end of the 9 days, but we conserved, you know, we stunk a little bit a few days, but good thing you can't smell us on camera.
I probably stink right now. Yeah, I think that was the hardest thing. Another thing I would say is that sometimes the seclusion, I could see it leading to like longer term loneliness. It's definitely something I think we've started really struggling with on the road. Like when we were in Helper, we made friends with the campos there, Brian and Chris, hi if you're watching. And that was so fun to be able to sit by a fire and like have fellowship with like-minded folks. And so that, I think too, boondocking, like when you boondock, you're out there, right? You get that privacy, which is also a benefit. But then some nights you're like, okay, it would be nice to chit chat with somebody. So there's definitely pros and cons to both. I always see us, what did I say the other day? What do I want our new rotation to look like?
2 weeks state parks boondocking, 1 week full hookups, alternating.
Yeah, so I think after our second boondocking attempt of it being 9 days, for me to say like, okay, I want to start doing 14 days, 14-7, clearly we love boondocking. It's been a great experience. It doesn't mean it didn't come without any trials and tribulations. My little electrician's wife, give us an update, lady.
So, lots going on with our lithium batteries and our Battleborn batteries and them charging. So, one is the MPPT solar controller in the front. It keeps flipping back to the setting being lead acid. That's what takes the solar and charges the batteries, and then our converter goes either way, lead acid or lithium, and it keeps flipping back and forth to lead acid. So we have the generator on and we're not charging, and the solar and we're not charging. We're getting up to 70%. So we made some phone calls today to Brinkley and the manufacturer of the converter, WIFCO. So more updates on that to come. Basically, we're going to be replacing out our converter with that. So yeah, I mean, 3 days ago, I didn't know where my converter was located. I do know what it is, thanks to RV Tech School and the concept of it, but never really located it. Don't look under at the solar controller stuff often. So being out here, we've gotten more familiar with that. But ultimately, I think, you know, power-wise, with the downs, I think the only challenge electric is because of the dogs. They're yippy when they hear stuff. So, you know, we fall asleep to the TV or something on. So falling asleep to dead silence because, you know, we're conserving power at that point has maybe been a little bit of a challenge.
Guys, let me tell you, we're both pretty hands-on. We're both pretty, you know, like independent ladies, obviously. But I was so impressed with Mandy. 2 days ago, we realized something wasn't right. And just her troubleshooting ability was so impressive. We came to the conclusion together, probably something going on, maybe likely with the converter, but really that was all her to realize, no, the converter is what takes, what'd you tell me, 120 volts down to 12?
Right, so your converter is gonna take either your shore power or your generator power, which is the 120 volts, and it's gonna put it into empower your 12 volt stuff, right? Which a lot of our stuff is ran off 12 volt. Our lights, our fridge, those are the main things we use. Also our jacks and our slides, but we're obviously not using those right now. But then it also charges the battery. So your converter takes that power, converts it to charge the battery as well.
We're keeping them peeled for moose, elk, and black bear. All animals we've never seen.
I'm glad we didn't bring the dogs.
Yeah.
This trail is not dog friendly.
Look at these. We have our real mystery on our hands. Where'd we go? We ran an errand yesterday. We had to go into Heber to fuel up, get some groceries. And what happened when we came back?
Okay, so we were like cleaning up and I was like folding the blankets over by the recliner couch where, you know, where the dogs typically land. And there was like a full bird turd, like full form. And I was like, okay, that's weird. I assume maybe like somehow the dogs brought it in, whatever, picked it up, threw it away, went on with the day.
So then, still laughing at the phrase bird turd, but so then I was cleaning up. It was just kind of messy in there. We had a little family cleaning party. And I look up at the recliner and there's the splat, the bird turd splat that it hit and then the turd bounced off. And so it seemed like there was an actual bird in our trailer, but I don't know when or where or how that would have happened. So it's a mystery.
I think it pooped through the window.
I mean, okay, that is the most likely explanation, but how? Like,
Because those blinds were open.
yeah. I don't know. You think there's a spot up there to get across?
Maybe. We're heading back to the RV. We got one more task we need to finish before we leave this spot, and that's the initial oil change on the generator. So since we're able to run our generator at this spot, it's the perfect opportunity. So it'll be our first time doing it. So join us as we learn something new.
Are you ready to go change the oil?
As ready as I've ever gonna be.
I know, we've been putting off. I think once we do it, it'll be like, oh, that was easy, but...
All right, let's go take a peek at everything.
Something new. Here we go. Here's the thing. Wait, nothing's gonna come out, is it?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that's like the secondary cover. I love how you got out the way though, just in case.
Huh?
I love how you got out of the way, just in case.
Okay.
Got that pipe in my face.
You're so strong. What's it look like?
Do we need a special tool? And do we have it? Like, would it have come with the instruction manual or something? Did you hit your head?
No, it's got me scratching my head.
Oh.
Stand by as we do some research.
Yeah.
Alright, so we don't have the right tool. I don't exactly know what I was expecting. But it's like this T tool. Although I am going to try to find the packet with the manual.
Yeah.
See if maybe it came with it.
If not, next time we're at like a Harbor Freight or something.
Yeah. I'll pick it up.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to make a special trip actually, like next week, but yeah.
Yeah, next week when we go to Costco, we'll be by the Harbor Freight.
Okay. So in next week's episode, watch us change the oil for the first time. Driving back from the hike yesterday, the DEF light came on.
You're missing, you're missing.
And just like that, we've conquered our 9-day boondocking challenge and are rolling on to our next adventure. If you enjoyed the journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow us to Bear Lake, often called the Caribbean of the Rockies, where the crystal blue waters await. But as we take on the beauty, we'll also discover that our Brinkley RV is in for a real shakedown. You won't want to miss it.
After 9 days of boondocking, here's our laundry. A load of sweatshirts, 2 loads, bras, socks, and underwear, 2 loads of pants, 2 loads of t-shirts, a load of sweats, a load of jams, and probably 2 loads of towels. The laundry begins.